Let's dive into the fascinating world of double interrogative sentences in direct speech and how we can convert them into indirect speech. It's a topic that might seem a bit tricky at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's quite straightforward and even fun. First off, what exactly is a double interrogative sentence? It's a question that contains two WH words. For example, take the question, "Why did you say what you said?" This sentence is packed with inquiry, and when we convert it to indirect speech, it transforms into "She asked why I had said what I said." Notice how both why and what are preserved in the indirect version. That's a key point to remember. Both WH words must stay in the sentence. Now let's talk about the reporting verb. In most cases, we use asked or inquired when converting questions. For instance, if someone says, "How did you know what was going to happen?" we can convert that to indirect speech as "He inquired how I had known what was going to happen." The reporting verb helps us convey the essence of the question without losing its meaning. Tense adjustment is another crucial aspect. When we shift from direct to indirect speech, we typically move the verb one step back in time. So, did in direct speech becomes had in indirect speech. This shift is essential for maintaining the correct sequence of tenses. Let's look at more examples to solidify our understanding. Consider the direct question, "Where did you buy what you were wearing?" When we convert this to indirect speech, it becomes "She questioned where I had bought what I was wearing." Again, we see both where and what retained, and the verb did shifts to had. Another example could be, "When will you finish what you started?" This would change to "He asked when I would finish what I had started." Here, will becomes would, and we still have both question words intact. It's interesting to note how these conversions can change the tone of the sentence. Direct speech often feels more immediate and personal, while indirect speech can create a sense of distance or formality. This is particularly useful in writing, where the choice between direct and indirect speech can affect the narrative style. Let's not forget about the importance of context. The way we convert these sentences can depend on the situation. For example, if someone says, "Why are you doing what you're doing?" in a casual conversation, you might convert it to indirect speech as "She wondered why I was doing what I was doing." Here, the tone remains conversational, which is vital for keeping the flow of dialogue natural. In summary, converting double interrogative sentences from direct to indirect speech involves a few key steps. Using the right reporting verb, keeping both WH words, and adjusting the tense appropriately. With practice, this process becomes second nature, and you'll find yourself navigating through these sentences with ease. So, the next time you encounter a double interrogative, remember these tips, and you'll be ready to tackle it confidently.